Hi, I'm Brian Wassam, partner here at Warner, and I'm here today to talk about intellectual property infringement in the NFT space. Now, by this time, we're mostly aware of what an NFT is, a non-fungible token or a unique piece of software that is recorded on a blockchain, a virtual ledger, and tells the world that you own something. Usually it's a digital asset like an image. It could be a physical asset, but it tells the world that you own something. It's your digital proof of purchase. Most of how these are used has to do with digital imagery. So when we think of an NFT, we often will think that it represents a piece of digital art, because that's often, right now in today's world, how they're most often used. The problem is that that's incorrect, and it's imprecise thinking, and people who think that way tend to infringe copyrights along the way. So that's the first area of concern, is copyright infringement. When you think that when you buy an NFT, you actually own the copyrights to an image, you're wrong, and you are setting yourself up for failure and for infringement liability. In fact, most of the images in many of these NFT marketplaces aren't there by permission of the copyright owner. They are infringements, they are fakes, and purchasing them can be illegal. OpenSea, for example, which is one of the more popular NFT platforms, admitted not long ago that as many as 80% of the images available on their platform were probably infringements of copyright. In other words, they were copies made without the permission of the copyright owner, the artist who created that imagery, and who then controls, under copyright law, the ability to make copies and to distribute copies of that image. So if you're not sure of the authenticity of an image that you're buying in an NFT space, it's better to hold off or double check that before you put your money down and buy those images. And if you are a copyright owner, well, there's a lot of potential policing to do on these websites, and that's something that we help clients do, which is prevent others from outright infringing their copyrights and their images on these marketplaces. A second form of intellectual property issue that we see in NFT marketplaces is trademark infringement. Now, as opposed to copyright, which protects your creative expression, trademarks are the names, the logos, and the other indicators that companies use to distinguish themselves in the marketplace. In other words, to communicate to the consumer that they are the source of a good or a service. One of the most famous trademarks out there is the Nike swoosh. And unsurprisingly, Nike is a plaintiff in one of the first major trademark lawsuits over NFT sales that's currently pending in the courts right now. And we're watching cases like these to learn how courts will apply intellectual property laws in the NFT space. But what we're seeing is what we would have predicted, which is that these laws apply in the digital space and in the NFT space just the same as they do anywhere else. And if another party comes along and takes your company's trademark and uses it in a way that confuses consumers as to the source of goods or services, well, that could very well be an infringement of your trademark rights. So Nike is pursuing litigation in this space. Hermes, the fashion company, has found itself litigating its trademarks in this space. These are cases that we're watching and finding those unique nuances in how judges are understanding the development of IP law, and we're helping to contribute to that understanding as well. So if your goods have found themselves being duplicated in the virtual world, this is an area where we can help you enforce those rights.